Let's get this party started. All right. Hey, everybody. It's Nigga Anime. How's everyone doing? Oh, I guess my hands are right. Alright, so I am gonna draw another art thing for Valentine's. It's gonna be my two male, well, not my male character. It's gonna be my main female character and my main male character. So it's gonna be Shadow, and I think I'm gonna have Pearl. Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing that. Come and draw with me. Let's have some art time. Get a little closer to my screen. And we'll just make this less bright because it hurts the eyes. Phew, laughing. That's not where the ear is. Sideways. No, I'm probably gonna make it into present. It's not bad. Wrong color. Wrong color. A little further up. I might have to make it just about. I think I'm a little too big. I said eraser. Eraser. Erase. Loop.
Veristal. Welcome to my channel. Veristal said. Hi Meg.
Hey V, how's it going?
Veristal said. Good, just took a shower. Veristal said. What about you?
I'm doing alright. I've been fighting a headache for a couple of days now. For some reason.
Veristal said. Oh no, I hope you are okay.
I think I'm okay. It's just probably my sinuses or something like that. It's just causing me some problems. So, did you give your Valentine's picture to your man?
Vieristal said, LOL, yes he did see it but it wasn't for him specifically.
Oh, really? Could have sworn it was for your main. Did you have a good Valentine's at least with them? Or go out to dinner or just hang out at home? Face. Oh, no.
Vieristal said, they were busy so didn't do much.
How sad. Oh well, it happened. As long as you were able to spend time with them, that's all that really matters. What made it miss? Nope. Upper lip. Ah! Give me this January back. So what are you up to tonight, B? Sick, especially lip area.
Vieristal said, I'm good, just been playing games as usual. Vieristal said, might start working on a commission tomorrow.
Cool. What kind of commission is it?
Vieristal said, I'm not sure how to explain it.
Oh, you don't have to explain it if you can't, so.
Vieristal said, I guess a sitting pose with their pet.
Oh, that's cute. That's a cute idea. Is it going to be a color picture or is it going to be a black and white? Okay, that still doesn't look right. Made the dog too long. Of course, I made her look like that. Shadow, why aren't you working with me, man? I'm gonna see. What else? Doesn't look right either. Well, that's cool, V, that you're getting commissions and stuff like that. I figured you would.
Vieristal said, "It's just through friends ATM."
It still works. It's better than
Vieristal
nothing.
said, "I'm still not very active online."
Well, I don't think you have to be active. You can always do a site that's hooked up to your stream thing. So you can show your artwork and stuff like that. Okay. Oh. Yeah, lately I've been watching Daz Black play video games, even his older stuff too, and it just makes me laugh whenever he gets scared over stuff. not Jazzblack, then it's Jacksepticeye. If it's not Jacksepticeye, it's Markiplier. Just a couple things that just make me laugh and stuff like that.
Vieristal said, I like to watch Casio and Markiplier.
You like them making fools of themselves and laugh about it, or do you actually like their? Was Queso the guy that did the? Oh, I can't remember Queso. I don't think I've ever watched it. I don't think that's his friend. So. Hey, gonna hurt you sometime.
Vieristal said, they're kind of comforting to watch.
Yeah. That's pretty much what streaming video games should be. I finally watched the movie How to Train Your Dragon, not the cartoon one, but the live action one. I've seen the cartoon one a lot of times, so I pretty much know the words for it almost. So far, the movie, the live action one, is so close to the original cartoon. I am so happy. There's some parts that are different, of course.
Vieristal said, oh nice.
Yeah, I was afraid they were gonna change a lot of stuff on it, but they're pretty close to the original. So far, I haven't finished it yet, but it's turning out really good. Toothless is cute as ever. That would have been a real shame if they had Toothless not look like him first.
At SHPFZ. Welcome to my channel. At SHPFZ. Said. Hey, how's it going?
Hi. How are you doing? Been a while, Skip.
At SHPFZ. Said. Great. Yeah, but I checked some of the shorts you posted.
Yeah, I've been going by songs that I do listen to. I think there was only one song that I don't listen to, so all the rest of them I have listened to.
Looky Talks. Welcome to my channel. At ScienxY3N. Welcome to my channel. At ScienxY3N. Said. Hey.
Hi, how are you doing tonight? Or today? Depends on where you live.
Vieristal. Thanks for subscribing. Vieristal. Said. At Shpuffies, thanks for the gift sub. Vieristal. Said. OMG, I got gifted a sub Megany 17 Wolf Love.
Well, that's cool.
At ScienxY3N. Said. Your art is good BTW.
Thank you.
at SHPFZ said, long time no see Vieristal. Vieristal said, hello shop.
Give me a second, guys. I can't remember what her clothes look. Not off the top of my head. Here.
At SHPFZ said, so, how have you guys been?
I've been pretty good. Just streaming every week, like usual. The dogs are doing fine. It's just for some reason my computer's not working very well when it has too many things up on it. So I can't show the dogs right now. But they're sleeping.
Spafis.
So.
Welcome to my channel.
I should have them up a camera on them next week when I do my sketchbook art. Because that usually works out really well.
At SHPFZ said, "Oh, no, I forgot her name. That's Shadow and
Present.
at SHPFZ said, Crescent.
Yep.
At SHPFZ said, Random question. But what do you think of AI art?
I'm not a fan of it. I can understand that people use it to get an idea of what their art they want for their art that can't do art and stuff like that. But I think original art is actually better for everyone than an AI doing it. Because to me, it just it does it just doesn't give it a soul in some way that an artist can actually bring to it. What about you, V? What do you think of AI?
Viristal said, Did you say my name?
Yes, I did. What do you think of AI art? What's your opinion on it? And also, Ship, what do you think of AI art? I might use that. Maybe.
At SHPFZ said, a follow-up. Do you think everyone's art has soul? Or is it something pick up after you train hard enough?
It's kind of hard to explain. Because it's something that you teach yourself when you put your heart into it. So I think almost anyone with
Vieristal said, it's okay I guess, but the general opinion about it is really bad. I think it's because the people that use it are using it believe they can't create art that looks like that with their own skills. They can, they just don't want to go through the hardships that come with acquiring those skills. But if they're using it and admitting it, while also crediting the original artist they referenced, then it's fine. Since it's not used for monetary value. At SHPFZ said, for example, I only draw architecture. Does my art has soul?
hmm, kinda yes, but I know my art has a soul in some ways that also doesn't have a soul in a way. It's just like if you put your heart and soul into something that you create, like it could be cooking, it could be um writing, it could be pretty much anything that you put your heart and soul to. It's just I think you see it more in the creative way in the artist, unless the architect is actually like let's see has something that they themselves put in each architect, like a little design here or something that stands out from everyone else. Maybe I'm not explaining very well.
Vieristal said, if you feel satisfied with your work and can see the results that came from the time and effort you put into it, then I believe it has soul. What you use shouldn't matter.
That is true. because it's not the tools that make the artwork, it's the person that makes it.
At SHPFZ said. So, it's about the struggles behind it. Vieristal has also explained it very well.
I don't know if it's a struggle. It's more of you're telling a story that brings a soul to it in some way. Because every artist can struggle with their artwork, or you can have those artists that pretty much can just do it with no problems whatsoever. I don't know. Eh, I keep pressing a little button that's on my pin. That's why I keep doing that. I'm trying not to, but it's really hard to. Because for some reason, I have a tendency of moving my pin when I.
At SHPFZ said. Do you guys know about the recent animes? Like Frieren and Jujutsu Kaisen? It would be easier for me to exemplify them on this topic.
I don't know if I've seen them yet, but go ahead and put your point of view on. Because there's been animes that I haven't been able to actually watch yet. Not happy about it.
Flying Deer Composer. Welcome to my channel. Spafis. Said. Friaren, Violet Evergarden, Maiden Abyss etc. have art and stories that can make you feel. It seems like each frame is drawn out with care. But some action-heavy animes, really good ones, with incredibly good stories, sometimes sacrifice details to produce more frames. If we take these and compare, would you say, the latter one has less soul?
No, not particularly. Let's see. Even if they do less frames and stuff like that, like trying to get their point across a little faster than the other person does, it's not less soulful. Because each artist, each writer has a different way of putting their information down. To tell their story. Because you see something that looks familiar or played out the same way as a different
Vieristal.
story.
Said. Not necessarily, action-heavy anime is a core part of their story and appeal to the audience. Frieren also has action, but their story doesn't revolve around the conflict between humans/elves and demons. Shpafis said. I was talking about the details actually. Action scenes can have incredible details too. Take Demon Slayer as an example. Is Demon Slayer's action has more soul than Jujutsu Kaisen action scenes?
Well, I had never seen Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm probably just killed the name. So I can't really answer how their art works and stuff. But I think the soul is totally different from each other because it's created by a different artist. And also, animes have a tendency of having many people work on it. So, in some ways, I think that they put their own soul in each thing that they do. Like, hi, bro.
Shpafis said. BRB, I'll rewind and read your responses afterwards.
On. Do the road.
Vieristal said. At Spoofies it's still a no. They have details in different areas. Demon Slayer feels more like a traditional painting and JJK has more power behind their details, impact frames and flashy overpowered powers, as well as eerie facial expressions. They have completely different vibes and emotions going into their stories and action scenes. Spoofies said. True, I guess we can't compare different art styles. So, back on topic. Is AI art a kind of avant-garde art style?
Not really sure what that is. Maybe B.
Shpafis said. Oh, I meant new kind of art style, that is different from traditional norms. Vieristal said. I wouldn't consider it an art style. It's more of a medium, a way to create. But it could definitely be avant-garde in the way that it is challenging the norms right now. Vieristal said. Considering it an art style is kind of insensitive to the people that AI has used to create their art in the first place.
Can I really say it's a tool? It's more like a band-aid.
Shpafis said. You're right, my bad. I meant can someone who creates AI art and AI art only, have an art style?
No, because AI keeps changing. More or less. It takes the data from the artist that they use from, and it doesn't really make art,
Vieristal
right?
said. Depends on how you use it. Shpafis said. Definitely. If you guys don't mind and are enjoying the discussion, can I go a little further? Vieristal said. Traditional artist reference tons of artist, taking little bits and pieces and changing it to their liking, combining things together and eventually creating something completely different as they develop their skills.
Yeah, but I still think AI is more like a band-aid. If you want to keep talking about this and go further, you can.
Vieristal said. At Shpafis I don't really mind. Shpafis said. True, but one could argue an AI, specifically language models, learns the same way you just described how traditional artists learn.
Yeah, but it's not the same thing. It doesn't really take from borrow from other artists to create itself. It took from one artist to create the artwork. And it depends on what kind of artist you use for that.
Vieristal said. Yeah, that's why I said it depends on how you use it. Some people just take one person and copy their style.
Usually artists take something from each person that inspirates them. They take something from them. AI has a tendency of not really doing that because it doesn't have the ability to.
Shpafis said. If I remember correctly, AI learns from any art that is fed into its training data. And for the most part, a lot different artists' works are fed into it, not just one. Vieristal said. Art has many different factors that are involved when it comes to a style. Shpafis said. BTW, I despise AI art. I'm here just for the debate. To understand it better. Vieristal said, I also dislike AI art, but our world will always try to develop tools to replace us. So the best thing to do it to create boundaries and determine what is acceptable or not.
Yeah, I've never. Well, I've used AI for when I started this stream. Not this stream, but when I started my YouTube, because I didn't know exactly what to draw that would actually be interesting for people. I also didn't have the means to actually draw at the time. Like, this was my old part of my YouTube. Like, the way back when I was playing with one of my old friends. But now that I have me things to actually work with and stuff like that, I'm not a fan of AI. I've never have been. And I'm pretty sure I'll never will be.
Vieristal said, our world will always be gray in terms of rights and wrong. But making things black and white help people understand where they stand. And the people that aren't on either side will be the gray, the neutral.
Well, the weirdest thing is when people believe that art should be free. A regular job would not be free. Michelangelo's art is not free. It's a skill, not a pretty much a free thing.
Spafis said, yeah, but where should we draw the line? And the AI being just tool argument is quite weak. Because, then digital art would come under fire. So I think more insight is needed.
Well, the true thing is art does not have rules. If it had rules, then pretty much a lot of artists wouldn't be able to do their art now. Because there's many tools that we use to actually make art. Do I think art should have rules? No, I don't think art really needs rules for people to create. But do people really need to think that art should be free for them to do? No, that's not how things work. I don't go to the bank and expect money to come out every time I go to the bank, unless there's money that I put in. That'd be great though, but how it works. I don't expect a carpenter to work on my house and fix it for free. So people shouldn't think everything is free.
V. Aristotle said, AI has always been used to improve efficiency. We have been using AI for years now, starting with our browsers. The debate will always go back to how it's used and the regulations. People hate when their data is collected but they're not doing anything about it. And right now generative AI is not profitable at all. So they will need to find a different use for it so it can become profitable. Spafis said, Meg, does Clip Studio have any AI features?
If it does, I don't know about it. You probably would know more than I would with Clip Studio. I'm sure there's some kind of AI in it, but I don't know what it would be.
Vieristal said, the only one I can think of is their auto-coloring thing. Vieristal said, it colors in your drawing even with lighting.
Oh, the
Vieristal said, but I've never seen anyone use it.
you're talking about. Ah, it's been so long since I used it. Where is it? I know what you're talking about. The one with the lighting thing. Okay. I don't think it's super. I don't think it's. Hmm. I'm not sure. I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember what it's called because it's been a while since I've actually used it. I'll have to look it up again because it came in handy a couple of times, but
Vieristal said, but right now AI will always be around. And generative AI seems to be the only one causing issues because of the AI art debates and hate, as well as writing either for school or writing books to be published.
Yeah, pretty much that they shouldn't be able to use AI for um school and stuff like that. Because you're not really putting it in your own words. You're just you're sort of just expecting something else to do your work. I can sort of understand using AI for an idea for your writing, but it shouldn't be used for actually doing your work.
Vieristal said, AI videos also cause issues with reliability and could be used in horrible ways.
Oh yeah. Where are you going?
Shpafis said, thanks. Great discussing with you too. I think I got some good arguments now. Next time I see an AI apologist, he is wasted. Shpafis said, also sorry for my bad English.
There's nothing to apologize for. It was interesting to actually talk with people that and get their ideas on that subject.
Vieristal said, I feel like I talked too much lol.
Nah, you made more sense than I did. And you brought up a lot of good points for it.
Shpafis said, nah, you had some serious points. Vieristal said, I'm a neutral person, I try to take both sides into account.
I'm pretty much a neutral person as well, but I just don't like people try to take something away from people that actually put a lot of effort into what they do.
Shpafis said, I'm just a straight up hypocrite. I really hate AI, but I think I'll have to work in that industry in a couple of years. Viaristal said, that's completely valid. I understand that feeling too since I've been drawing for about 8 years now. Viaristal said, and I'm still not at the point where I can reach those artists I admire yet, even after 8 years. And it is frustrating to see AI just take their drawings and copy it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really annoying. Have you tried so hard to actually get what you've been doing for your life to get where you are now, and a machine can do it quicker. Not the right way.
Viaristal said, at Shpafis it's alright, we live in difficult times. Viaristal said, then again, I don't have the energy or motivation to draw every day for 12 hours, or study color theory, anatomy, composition, perspective, and environments.
Yeah, I'm not any better.
Shpafis said, I think art and entertainment should at least be free of AI. Some other works, such as recent Mars rover using AI, did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I believe that AI shouldn't be used for
Viristal
certain things.
said, entertainment was meant to create someone's fantasy to life and share their creativity with people. So yes, I agree that it should be free from AI.
Yeah, I agree too. Will it be? I'm not sure.
Viristal said, but who knows what will happen.
But it's also like a religion thing too. AI shouldn't be used against people because its job is supposed to help in its own way. But throwing it at people left and right, expecting them to use it all the time, yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm also not a fan of them using AI to take away. Uh,
Viristal said, I have plenty of ideas I would want to share, and I'm sure Meg does too, and it can be overwhelming sometimes.
yeah, I'm not a fan of AI used on websites and take away from the main website. That that's not what AI was meant to be for. Layer. Oh well. Oh,
Spafis said. I understand it somewhat. It's the same for me as a programmer. Vieristal said. I personally don't want to go into the art field of any sort because I would want to create my own ideas with my time rather than spend it on someone else's.
My point of view, AI doesn't really help too much people because it doesn't, like if an artist uses it, it doesn't really teach them how to do it themselves.
Vieristal said. Some people just want to reap the benefits of other people's hard work.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the sad thing about nowadays.
Vieristal said. Also, the drawing is turning out nicely.
Thank you.
Vieristal said. I didn't know he has long hair. Spafis
In the back, he
said.
does.
Maybe it can be used what we can't humanly achieve yet. But it might cause that the yet never ends.
Oh, wrong color. Nice.
Spafis said. I just realized Shadow isn't angry with Crescent, or is it malicious? Vieristal said. At Spafis maybe, but I have no idea what the point would be then if a human can't achieve it. Art was meant for humans to express themselves.
Yeah, I think Leonardo, all the great artists these days that did all this artwork would probably be rolling in their graves because of AI.
Spafis said. Yeah, won't work for art.
Well, Shadow does not hate Crescent. He's actually fascinated with her. Crescent's more confused with her.
Vieristal said. Oh, fascinated. Spafis said. Good. Vieristal said. I should draw guys more, all I draw are girls.
Well, it doesn't help if you don't have a model very much for that. Well, you do. You have a guy.
Vieristal said. My message got auto-modded.
Did it? I don't know why. Check on it.
Vieristal said. I will word it differently, I can't draw guys attractively.
Oh, I'm lucky I can actually draw guys right. I don't really have a model to actually base it off of. And there's people out there that just draws one thing. They don't really draw or try to draw
Vieristal
the other thing.
said. That is one pet peeve I have about the anime art community, 90% of it are girls.
Yeah. I don't know why, like, but
Vieristal said. Guys need to step up their fashion game so we can make more interesting looking guys SMH.
yeah. The biggest problem I have is they have a tendency of making young girls instead of older women.
Vieristal said. Yeah, the age usually ranges from like 12 to 28. Spafis said. That's a cultural thing, I guess. Spafis said. Anyways, really enjoyed talking with you guys. But I'll have to go now. Next time I come back might be another 6 months. So, take care.
Alright, have a good
Vieristal
one. Thanks for hanging out.
said. Bye bye at Spafis, nice talking to you. Vieristal said. See you in 6 months maybe. Spafis said. See you, smiley face. Vieristal said. My social battery is drained now, I need to go into power saving mode.
Alright, B. Thanks for hanging out. See you hopefully next week.
Vieristal said. I will still be here. My power saving mode is zoning out occasionally.
Oh, okay. I thought you were heading for bed or something.
Vieristal said. LOL.
Because I can understand if you were heading for bed. Because that debate definitely fried my brain. It was a good debate, I'll admit.
Vieristal said. I should, but I have been going to bed at like 5 or 6 a.m. recently.
Oh, have you? Why? That's not really good for you.
Vieristal said. It is currently 4:31 a.m.
What time is it now? Yeah, it's 3:32 here. Yeah.
Vieristal said. I don't remember why.
Just can't sleep? Maybe?
Vieristal said. My sleep just shifts a lot cause I have no set schedule or go to work.
True. That's true. You don't have a job to actually balance you out Oh, I forgot.
Vieristal said, I hate not having a job, but I also hate the idea of having a job.
I agree. Unfortunately, that's not our government. So yeah, it's kind of hard to get by without someone putting money into it. That's the sucky thing about it.
Vieristal said, I also hate going to school, but not going to school makes me anxious about wasting my time, so I will forever be in a loop of hating school and jobs.
Yeah. Well, I could only do school or work. I can't. I tried doing both, and it just never worked out. Oh.
Vieristal said, I struggle a bit in college because I procrastinate and don't care enough about what I'm learning to learn it earnestly.
It depends on what class it was. I wish that you could just go to school, like college, for what you want to do. That should be your main thing. It shouldn't. You shouldn't have to go through hoops just to get to the main thing.
Vieristal said, yeah.
Because if it was just for the main thing that you want to do and stuff like that, more kids would probably go to college.
Vieristal said, also I don't know much about the workforce and the variety in jobs, so it's difficult to explore and learn about niches. 00_Eva. Welcome to my channel.
Well, it definitely you definitely have to have something that actually drives you into wanting to do it.
Vieristal said, I have no drive.
Well, you have a drive for your art. I think that's pretty much what matters right now.
Vieristal said, yeah, but I don't want to go into the art field.
What do you want to do? Well, you said you wanted to do something in the medical field, right?
Vieristal said, maybe if I get more serious I will want to, but right now in our economy it's not very sustainable to do it.
Yeah. Or I wish there was an easier way
Vieristal
for people to
said,
do it.
I was studying radiology but I didn't feel the drive to continue.
For me, I had to I had it in my head that art wasn't gonna take me any well, I not take me. It was gonna take me somewhere, but I would have to actually get a medical background or a medical job to actually go further. So I would have a job that I can actually survive on. And that didn't work out. Oh. Forgot. There. Yeah, I changed his hair up. Can't really see. Oh. It over a little more. Alright, there you go. That is the finished Valentine of my character. So I am done for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you, V, for hanging out as well and chatting as well.
Vieristal said, woo. Vieristal said, thank you for stream.
Thank you. So I'm going to call it quits for tonight. I'll be on next week. So I hope to see you guys then. So stay creative, stay spooky, do something creative every single day. Follow your dreams, and I'll see you next week. And if it's your birthday month, happy birthday. Bye.